in the eyes of other countries. Why would we not even have? So in South Africa, they say, "Oh, the Nigerian embassy, yeah, that's where they don't have light. That's no power." That's what this means. How else do you want me to respond to that? Okay, it's not the first though. In London, it has happened to us. In London, it has happened to. In the US, it has even happened to us as well. Let's quickly see if we can look at what the nation has for us quickly before we go on a commercial. On the Nation newspaper, electricity subsidy payment, federal government to share cost with states, councils. Why NLC should shelve today's planned protest by police. That's on the Nation newspaper. Also, you will find Wike camp fixes PDP convention for March 28th. Jam to give free UTME forms to PWDs. I'll tell you more after the commercial. 6. Good morning. My name is Ifiemi Andrew. We already touched on a few headlines from some of the papers, so we don't want to take too much of your time. Quickly, we would go over to the phone lines and get your reactions and thoughts on headlines from the papers and the news as well. On Facebook, we are live at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, so you can get on Facebook and join the live conversation. You can also use the WhatsApp number 0809 030 6416. Again, 0809 030 6416. That's the WhatsApp number. Send us call us up on 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, or 0817 923 0007. Those are the numbers you can call to get through to us this morning. Please, let's, as much as possible, remember to try and be civil. Keep your comments on point. Make sure your choice of language is a very civil one. I'm pretty sure you understand why I'm saying that. All right, quickly, thank you very much. Let's make this work this morning.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
All right, good morning, Nigeria Info.
Ifiemi, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, my name is Ghana. I'm from Elibudo.
Okay, go on.
Ifiemi, I want to look directly to comment made by the former governor of River State, which is the FCT minister now, that he is in charge in River State.
Oh my goodness. I think you'd have to try to get back to us because perhaps you got interrupted by your service providers or something. Nigeria Info, good morning.
Good morning, Ifiemi Andrew.
Yeah, good morning to you.
Yes, Abinoye from Abua.
Okay, go on, Abinoye.
Yes, we want to look at the unguarded statement of the former governor. I think that that statement is one too many, and that one will plunge the state into crisis. I recall that when he was a governor, we had the Order 21 and 22. I recall that in my local government, because of the fear of the law, the APC then had their campaign, even in the bush, let me use that word, because we didn't want to go anywhere close to government property, because it couldn't afford 5 million, to pay. And now the law is extant. I think that everybody must have to obey the law and then follow due process. If an order has been given, that's the only way we can survive. Otherwise, we will plunge the state into crisis, and we do not want that. The issue of insecurity in the states, I think that we are our problems, because security alone cannot take care of us. You can imagine the police. The police cannot be everywhere. But we know that each time anybody is kidnapped, I was traveling just recently, and somebody said that there is one camp here, there is one camp here. And these are the camps where these people are taken to. The people in the area, they know. I think that we need to help ourselves.
All right.
And to report some of these things to the security agents. Thank you.
Thank you. Nigeria Info, good morning. I think that was well said. The people need to begin to take action and report. Yes, good morning to you.
Yeah, I'm fast on the line. Well, I want to, in line with what the last caller said in terms of who is in charge and who is not in charge, Andrew, they say you don't need a mirror to look at what you have in your hands. I mean, it is very clear who is in charge of the state. The governor is the person that is responsible for all and sundry, everybody in the state, including the FCT minister himself. Because whether you want to accept it or not, leadership is not being self-acclaimed. it is crystal clear who is the leader. If you want to play politics, I've always said that everybody should be patient until when it's time for politics. Let us just allow governance, to reign supreme so that people can benefit from the dividends of leadership. The social contract they entered into with the governor has the responsibility to discharge that contract. And that is the only agreement that the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria recognizes. Having said that, you see, I want to commend what the chairman of Eche local government is doing. My brother, it is only when the willingness of the leader is shown that you see the level of insecurity in that part of the state can be reduced. You see, this effort for me is commendable. It should just keep the flag flying so that those people who think they can turn that place into a safe haven for nefarious activities, they will have a rethink. And lastly, Andrew, the Nigerian government should sit up. That embarrassment in South Africa is one amongst many. Let us be needful to earn the respect and integrity that we deserve as a nation. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Good morning, Nigeria Info. Hello, Nigeria Info. Good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, you're on the line.
Okay, JJ, go on.
Andrew, the FCT minister was once governor in Rivers State here, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he was governor, who was the leader of the state? Who is the leader of the state in Delta State, Bayelsa State, Akwa Ibom State? Even though you have the number 3 man in the country, who is the leader? What about where you have the number 2 man, Zulum and Shetima? Who is the leader? I don't understand this whole thing, I don't even understand 1 second. Oh, I'm the leader. I am this, I am that. And people are saying, I don't get it at all. Is it that Rivers State cannot grow from 2013 till today? Well, the president has said they should intervene and all those put together. But somebody saying that the president is the greatest beneficiary of the whole thing. Andrew, if it were true, I think like 4 or 5 states would have been boiling the way Rivers is boiling right now. Don't you think so? Because they will want to maybe some place like Kanu, place like maybe even Lagos and all those put together. But this is not happening there. You show there is some peculiarity about Rivers State. It shows there's something, I don't know how to describe it, but to you,
there's a spiritual problem.
No, I don't believe in those spiritual things and all those put together. I believe in them. I believe that there are things that we can handle ourselves, and those things will cause spiritual problem will not come. They will do what we're supposed to do on time. All the lead rule the state. Amesi rule the state. Wike rule the state. You understand me? Nobody has come to say this is it. And, okay, fine, let's assume it's even spiritual. How come the spiritual does not affect Bayelsa? How come it didn't affect them?
That's what I'm saying. It's only River State that has the spiritual problem now.
So we now have all the spirit, all the evil fallen.
Yeah, in River State.
It's not making any sense to me, Andrew. And the gas deal they said they are doing, bros, make the gas deal, make gas cheap. And if it is solar, let them buy and put in our embassies. Because you see the type of money they budget for diesel in those embassies that there's no, that where they have, there is no light shortage for some time. You see diesel money, they're going to build another.
All right, thank you, JJ. Nigerian for good morning. However, in South Africa, it's not diesel. They just cut them off the national grid. That's all, because they are owing. And I think it's shameful. The same way well, let's leave that one for another time. Good morning, Nigeria Info.
Good morning, Ifiemi Andrew.
You're welcome.
Comrade Letambari Sunday, calling from Uri.
All right, go on.
Yeah, Wike declared himself to be in charge in River State. I think people need to get this very clear. What he's saying is not saying he's the governor of River State. But when it comes about political power, showing up that, yes, you are really in charge of the people, Wike truly, 100% is in charge in River State. If you don't like it, take whatever decision you like and prove yourself above the FCT minister that you are more than him. Politics is all about knowing the ground, how to hit the ground running, putting the people together to be at your support. So if you don't have it, that is what every president or anybody will want every political leader to be in his state, in his country. If you don't have that, then you're not willing to play the kind of politics we play in Nigeria. So please understand the fact by the FCT minister and take it to the bank. And that is who he is. He is standing, nobody can challenge that. And I stand by it. Secondly, the FG to share electricity costs with states. I think now there is time for all governors to stand by each state to prove that, yes, if you say you are a leader, you are governing the state, you see, electricity means well for the people of that state. And so you have to do everything to keep it. Not tomorrow we will hear this one break, national grid and all that. Now we have the opportunity to do it by the governors. They have the opportunity to put it well to ensure that River State goes on without.
Thank you very much.
Down.
So to make you understand, it's governors and council chairmen. It's not just governors and the councils, local government chairmen. And it's the subsidy they are sharing, because the federal government is paying subsidy on electricity. And they've been complaining for a long time now, threatening to remove subsidy, which would mean that the cost, of course, would go up. On the other hand, now they've said, okay, we'll share the cost. State governors, state governments and local governments would have to partake in this subsidy so that the burden will be reduced. And I think it sounds fair. However, I don't even know why we have all these issues when we have gas everywhere. The gas is just... So how come these guys are not getting the gas to be able to generate? And then the equipments, transmission companies will also have to come in. The equipments, many of them, the lines are old. The equipments are old and poor. They need to be changed. There's a lot that needs to be done. And to think that we've been budgeting monies for this for years until now, we're still struggling. Ida from Nkoro, good morning.
Andrew, good morning. The governor Sim Fubara, the light of River State, remains the leader. Bigger cannot drive his power back to government house again. Last time I checked, one governor for one state, one king for one kingdom. So this leadership, Wike cannot declare public holiday in River State, but Governor Sim can declare public holiday and Wike cannot move anywhere. So Governor Sim Fubara remains the leader. I blame Governor Sim because he's too quiet. His quietness is making Wike to be popular. He should stand up and talk. Governor Sim should bring out money.
All right, Ida, I think your service providers didn't like that, so they interrupted you. However, I was about to say, the governor that he has not said anything. No. I think this is what we should respect. The governor has his own way and style of doing things. And it is a way or style that many of us in Nigerian politics are not used to. That's why it feels strange. If that's his way and he believes that his way would work for him, allow him do it, as long as it is not breaking the law or whatever. And I don't think there's any need for the governor to come and say anything, because he is the governor and he knows. Everybody knows. So there's no need coming to argue, I am the governor, I am the one. We know. So there's no point arguing. If you know that this is yours and is yours, would you want to come argue and prove a point to anybody that it is mine? It is yours, it is yours. You are there, you are there. There's no point arguing. There's no point. I would rather have the governor come out and talk to us about the things they are doing with regards to development of River State. I would rather have that. I'd rather want to hear, what are we doing with the Songhai farm? We had many promises. We had different investors that had come in, and then the emergency rule came and a lot of things changed. Now that we are back, what is happening in that area? The beach, which of the beaches did the governor visit at the time? I think it was Landmark, who was supposed to be contracted to help revitalize one of the beaches. That is what I would expect the governor to be coming out to talk about. I would not even want him to come and be arguing whether he's governor, leader in charge or not. His governor is constitutionally clear. Everybody knows he's the number one citizen of this state. That's constitutionally written. It is clear and crystal. You can't argue it. You can't, nothing. There's no point. However, the development is where I think if anything will be coming from the government with enough, how would I put it? In fact, I think that what the governor should be doing, and the government and the people around him and all of them, is to be making a lot of noise, not in politics, but in what they are doing and what they want to do with regards to development of Rivers State. That is what we should be hearing. So as we are arguing leader, arguing politics, arguing in charge, arguing number one, arguing 001, on the other side, we should be hearing, okay, we are commissioning this, we are building this, we have investors this, we've spoken to this, we are doing this, that's what should be happening. At least, I don't know if I'm speaking the mind of other people, but to come and involve in the argument of who is what, I don't think the governor should go that route. That's not what Rivers people should be, even that's not what you should be looking for. Bright, Irimo Dumaya, good morning.
Good morning, Ifiemi.
Yes.
The insecurity that need maybe community policing. But my question is, how secure is Nigerian police? Is it when you report matters to them, later they will tell the victim or the person that you have reported against them to come and fall back to the person? You know, the victims have complained before now, have mentioned places, that so and so places they camp there. It's for the police to go and clean up those camps. Even when we talk about land grabbing, we have also heard about when police also stationed there with their guns, while Caterpillar will bulldozing people's houses and other things. So how secure is Nigerian police before we talk about community?
Bright, you made a very good point.
Hello?
I said you made a very good point.
Okay, thank you for that. Statement by Ian Wike, the FCT minister, being in charge of Rivers State. I think, to me, that statement is true. Because how many senators, House members, local government chairmen, rest are with Governor Singh? All of them are in support of Ian Wike, the FCT minister, who is also supporting Mr. President. It's also clear that with all these kind of people, because everything comes from the world and the unit, when we mention them, they know their word, they know their unit. Governor Singh do not have up to 5% of these persons I've mentioned. So how will he not be in charge of state? See, Wike, anywhere Wike is going, these people are with Wike. The two-party chairman, PDP and APC, are with Wike. So Wike is in charge of Rivers State. Nobody should dispute that. That statement is 100% correct. Thank you, Worship Bright.
All right, Bright, thank you. Let me dwell on the first thing you said. It's shocking because I would expect that the police would have invited those that recently, went through this kidnapping ordeal, invited them, know the place that they were taken to, go there with their men, and pull down whatever it is. In fact, ransack that area. I don't know if they have done it or they are planning to, but you would expect that something of that nature should happen. People have come, all of them are saying they came from here. Let's go to that place that they brought you from. That's one. Number two, with all this information that the people who just suffered in the hands of kidnappers are giving, well, let's say that the police will say they have to keep their move secret. Let's just assume that that's what they will say, and wait. Otherwise, I'm wondering why. Susie, what's the call from Susie? I'm wondering why. I don't understand why we haven't heard something of that nature. There should have been some form of mobilization by the police, and you go into all of these places and bring down whatever. In Anambra State, you remember what Soludo did now in his first term? Uncompleted buildings and all of that. If you have it and they see that people use that place to commit crime or do, the owner, you say if you're in trouble, and they will bring down the building. I remember then they were bringing down uncompleted buildings in different remote areas, pulling them down because it was serving as a hideout for people to perpetrate crime and evil. Temple in a chair, good morning.
Good morning, I'm very distinguished.
Go on. Hello, Temple. Temple, hello. Okay, we lost the call from Temple, unfortunately. We'll see if we can take one more call. One more. In the meantime, let me go over to a WhatsApp portal and take some of the WhatsApp messages. 0809-030-6416. On Facebook, Stephen Igbikis from Ajib says, concerning the FCT minister, I have just one message for him. He's not God and can never have absolute power. Absolute power corrupts. Blessed Ola says the governor is fully in charge of the state, not the FCT minister. Sim should use his power as governor, so that the minister would. No one can take another man's glory. Thank God ability says all state governors are in control of their various states. While President Tinubu is in control of the country, no man can take the glory of another. Larry Spieth went on to say it's very shameful that when we're supposed to be talking about development plans, we are busy chasing after who leads. And by the way, I don't think we are, because I think those who are supporters of the governor are the ones really shouting. I've not really heard anything from the governor about this argument. At least I will commend the state government for that. However, I'm expecting to hear them talk about development. I would want to hear that. I would want to hear conversations around the plans and the things that the government is doing. Whether you like it or not, you need to talk to the people. We are silent achievers, leave all those things. There's a reason. People have to hear. If silent achieving is good, even the Bible, God do not say go out and preach and spread the word. There's a reason why you have to spread it so that people will hear it, people would know. Otherwise, it will be seen as nothing when the time comes. I'm just saying, Governor Fubara remains leader of the APC, but my problem with the governor is that he's busy enjoying himself and his family. Well, we don't know about that, Chukwuemeka, unless you live with the governor. Then you would know if he's enjoying himself. FCT Minister Wike should, for once, let Rivers be. The governor is leader of Rivers State. Wike should take a chill pill. But let's not argue this. The FCT Minister politically is, what's that word? Is political sagacity. You cannot. You just recognize it and know that politically he is sound, he is good. You might like him, you might not, but that is his strength. However, when he says he's in charge, there are many people that would debate it because maybe some people don't like him or think otherwise. There's freedom of speech, understand? So he can say he's in charge. You can't say he should not say he's in charge. If you don't like it, you should say you are in charge. Nobody would also argue with you. Blessed Allah says, issues of one chance. Police are in Rivers State. Police in the state are not protecting, are not proactive because waiting extinction on the road. I don't get that part. The political class in the state should allow us drink water and drop cup. Fidelis Elemowa, that one came in from you. God's power from Mudara. Let's hear you quickly. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother Andrew.
Yeah.
God's power.
Go ahead.
Andrew, are you noticing what is happening in River State concerning leadership? Andrew, because of leadership, there are projects and programs of governance that have been stalled. Because someone wants to be leader of a state, the only project that is going on in River State now is the House of Assembly complex, because he wants to do that to score a political point. Andrew, are you aware that the governor visited tourist beach? He visited Songhai farm. 600 billion was left when he was recalled back to office, and he said that it is for river people. Where is the 600 billion? Is it that money to struggle on how to be leader of River?
God's power, that's not true. Let me correct that impression. The government has not put out any statement about where the money is or what the money is doing. So the assumption is it's still in the government's coffers. So don't say he is spending it. Hold on now. Do you have proof to show me that he is spending the money to become leader?
Andrew, are you aware that so many persons spoke for Governor Sim the moment he defected to APC? Where are those voices now? Andrew, are you aware that in River State today, the 600 billion he said that was for river people are not being put in any project or program for the benefit of river people?
All right, God's power, time will not allow us. We have to go for a commercial. We're already out of time. Thank you. On WhatsApp, the political class in the state should allow peace reign. Mr. Minister Wike, the FCT minister's faction have taken over the affairs of PDP. Gift Instagram says Wike should allow Rivers people to enjoy dividends of democracy. And this one says Minister Wike can't be presently in a. I don't understand what you're saying there. We'll take this quick break now. Good morning.